All right, we need to take another break, but My Chemical Romance here. Can you guys stick around for one more? We'll take some calls.
Of course, yeah.
From the listeners. 1-800-520-1067 is the phone number if you'd like to get in and ask the guys a question. Tonight, of course, they're playing at the House of Blues. I see that there's already a line there on Sunset.
That's what I heard.
No way. Lined up for the show, yeah. I don't know if they have tickets or if they're just hoping to get tickets or what.
I'd like to drive by and bring them hot chocolate if we could.
I'm sure they would like that.
I don't know.
You guys wearing costumes, by the way?
Wait, every day we wear costumes, so, you know.
And we'll be right back. 106.7 K-Rock is KROQ. That's new music, Famous Last Words from My Chemical Romance. And they are in the studio with us on the world famous K-Rock.
Hey. We are going to take some calls from your fans at 1-800-520-1067. You spend much time communicating with, corresponding with them through the MySpace page or whatever?
We don't get to do that, but occasionally we'll get to meet them outside, or sometimes they'll catch us like walking around, or sometimes after a show. If we have time, we always try to go out and meet them. It's important to us. So.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Why don't we start with Joan in Alhambra? It's the Kevin and Bean Show on K-Rock. My Chemical Romance is here. Hi, Joan. You're on with the band. Go ahead.
Hi, guys. Hi, Lisa May.
Hello, Joan.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, I just wanted to know how you guys felt about how MySpace has really promoted your career and the internet.
I mean, I think it's great. I think in the beginning it was the only way you could hear our band really was through the internet, because, you know, it was very difficult getting the record out years back, you know. I mean, I think the internet in general was very instrumental. There was things, this has been great, but there's things before that actually helped us a great deal. So, but what's cool about it now is there's a network of fans, and they get to meet each other and make friends, and I think that's really cool.
All right. Thank you for the call, Joe. We appreciate it. Let's see. Let's go to Fabiola from Duarte. Hi, Fabiola.
Hey, what's up, you guys? How are you guys?
Hey, Hi. Good.
I just wanted to know, how did you guys come up with the whole theme of, like, I guess surrounding the album around the death theme, and how'd that come about?
Well,
yeah, explain that for folks who haven't heard yet, what the theme of Welcome to the Black Parade is.
Right. Well, the whole record, it's about life and death. It's about this character, the patient, that goes on this journey to end up where you're not sure if he actually does indeed die or if he gets a second chance. The way we came up with the theme, I think, is we looked really internally for the answers. There was no tragic event that spawned this record like revenge. This one had to come from inside of us. And the themes really came out of the songs. We realized that we were writing a lot of songs about life and death, and that's the way it happened.
It's funny, I heard you commenting on some of your songs, and you would say that after you heard them 2 or 3 times, other things would come to you.
Yeah.
I thought that was just those of us that didn't write it.
Right. No.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's funny, because one of the characters I never mention is there's an obvious character that's mentioned quite a bit, and that's the woman that he left behind.
Right.
And that character appears almost as much as the patient on the record, but I never even thought of that character, but now I realized it. So even for us, the record is about discovery constantly.
Very cool.
One of the tracks that people have made note of quite frequently in the reviews is a track that features a special guest star, guys.
Yeah.
The crazy lady from Arrested Development. Now, what's up with Liza Minnelli on a My Chemical Romance album?
Right. Well, I we were actually big fans of her. It was my grandmother's favorite performer, so she would show me and Mikey these films. I grew up watching stuff like Cabaret and other show tunes. So that's really where it came from. It was kind of like almost a nod to my grandmother again on this record without making a song about her. And the song was so cabaret, the record's so theatrical that we needed to make it. We needed that authenticity almost.
What made you think that she would want to do that? I mean, I mean, even though my grandma loved her, I would never think she would want to be a part of my rock project. You know,
it came off as kind of like a joke almost. We never thought it would really happen.
Right.
And I think Gerard said something. He was singing that part in a female voice, and he mentioned it. And Rob Cavallo picked up the phone, and I don't know who he called, but he made it happen.
Okay, but wait a minute. Let's back up just a second. So he says Liza Minnelli, and then what was the response from the room? Did everybody go?
It was just a couple of us in the room.
Okay, Gerard, thanks. Let's move on.
No, we were all like, that's a great idea, but we don't know if it's possible. Like,
that's how crazy it got when you were making this record. We're like, well, that's brilliant. That's a great idea. Everything.
Here's a tiny piece of her singing.
And if you would call me your sweetheart, I'd maybe then sing you a song. But that
amazing.
It fits.
Yeah.
It fits. Now, she'd never heard of the band, right, when you contacted her?
She was not totally familiar with the band, and then she got a CD and, like, became a fan. And did it
How
for
about
free.
that?
And
Is she a roadie now? Did she follow you guys around from city to city?
Yeah, she's actually waiting in the car for us.
That's all. Are there any other names we know that are on this record in places?
no, that's it.
She's the star.
Just
She's
Liza.
the guest.
She is the guest. Actually,
Liza with a Z,
our
that's
parents,
it.
though, our parents are on the end of Mama, that big section where all the voices are singing. There's a few of our parents singing with us.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we brought the mothers in. So.
I like that.
I always love hearing about this when guys decide they're going to be in rock bands.
Yeah.
What was the reaction like from your parents, and how long did it take them to accept it?
Well, I was 25 when I started the band and made the phone calls, and I had already kind of been a failed comic book artist. So if you go up to your parents and you're like, hey, I have a great plan now. Now I'm going to be in a rock band. That's my fallback.
When that looks good to them.
Well, it didn't at first.
They did nothing.
They were like, Gerard, you're 25, but they were very supportive. They said, you tell you what, give you a year, do what you want,
That's cool.
Yeah, and a year later I came back and they had seen how big it had started to get, and, they were always really supportive, though.
Speaking of your comic book drawings, let's talk to Jen in Laguna Hills. Good morning, Jen.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hi. Wow, this is really cool. I'm like shaking. I've liked you guys for a really long time.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
And what's your question?
I saw you guys on the Scream Awards
Right.
performing on Spike TV, and I know you're a really big comic book fan. I thought it was a whole part on Frank Miller,
Oh, yeah.
and that was amazing.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, and I know that, Gerard, you draw a lot of stuff like that, and I was wondering if you were going anywhere with that, if you're going to make anything in the future with your artwork.
Well, I don't have the kind of time it requires to draw a comic book. I try to write. I'm writing a comic book right now, and that's going really good. It's with Dark Horse, and I'm real excited about it. So, but I just don't have the time. It takes forever. I really respect people that can do that. So right now I'm currently working on one, though.
Good question, though, Jen. Thank you very much for the call. So you comic books, originally, George, did you think that was going to be your career? That's what you hoped to end up as a comic book artist?
Yeah, that's what I wanted, but it wasn't really my first love. My first love was music, and I joined a band, and I was the guitarist, and I couldn't play Sweet Home Alabama, and they kicked me out.
Because that's the song you have to be able to play if you're a guitarist.
Right. And so my fallback at 15 was, I'm just going to be a comic artist. My fallbacks have always been real sketchy.
That's still a huge part of the band, though, because the stuff that he draws, even storyboards for videos or the costumes for this record and all that's all drawn out by him, and we're lucky to have that. High five.
But
high five, everybody. Right there.
How about that? But the question everybody wants us to ask is, can you now play Sweet Home Alabama on the guitar, though? Did you ever learn it?
I have no desire to learn how to play that song.
Not at all. Hey, have you seen Heroes yet on NBC?
Kinda. It's hard. I have to wait for stuff to come out on DVD, right, Bob?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
they'll send
you,
it over.
dude. You'd love it.
Yeah, it's really
I
good.
watch a lot of TV on DVD, though. I just got into Battlestar Galactica. I'm real amped on it.
I got to tell you, that's a huge, huge show.
It
Real
is.
into it. Real into it.
Yeah.
Bob's favorite.
People who watch that love it.
We're actually going to buy another battery for his computer today, so it never runs out of battery on the plane, and he can continuously watch it.
Yeah.
The band is called My Chemical Romance, and I was telling Kevin earlier this morning, guys, and I mean no disrespect in this, I never would have expected me to be such a huge fan of your band. I mean, I've heard your records as they've come along that we played here in K-Rock, and I liked them well enough, but man, have you just won me over with this new album. It is brilliant. I think it's one of my favorites of the year. You've really done a tremendous job with it. It's great. If you don't have it yet, it is called The Black Parade. Of course, it's available everywhere, retail, download, or whatever. You're going to be tonight at the House of Blues, Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. And then what is the rest of the plan for, fall and winter and into next year? What are we going to see?
In the most immediate sense, we're going to Canada the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're real brief. And then we go to play our first show in Sweden ever. And we do a little European run. And then we're going to do some radio shows around Christmas time. And then January, we're going to set up for the... we're going to go to Japan and Australia, and then we're going to set up for the big headlining tour with production.
How about that?
I'm going to rehearse.
So you got a busy year ahead.
We do. We think we're going to be touring on this record for a lot longer. We're in no hurry to make a new record.
Is it just too much work? I mean, do you get in the middle of it 3/4 of the way through?
It's not so much that. It's that with this record, we really kind of, on purpose, paint ourselves into a corner.
Right.
And we wanted to do that. And so it's going to be fun to try to escape from that, but it's going to take years of maturing to do that. So.